How's it going, everybody? Rob here, back with another video, and, well, we're going to be doing another reaction. This time, however, focusing on some of the Nostalgia Critic videos, or old Nostalgia Critic videos from Channel Awesome. Really excited. We got 3 on the docket. One of them being Transformers, the first, basically his earliest content. Transformers, the first Nostalgia Critic episode. All cartoon ALLSTARS to the rescue, and then CLOVERFIELD trailer reaction Nostalgia Critic. So fun. So without further delay, let's go ahead and get started with this first one, the Transformers review. Okay.
This is the shit! So it starts off like that copter was taken down years ago. And then they're like, get out of the copter or we'll shoot. And then he's like, wow, that's a transformer, you know, it's so cool. And he's just like, everyone's like, ah!
Okay.
And there's this kid, you know, he's trying to...
I think that's, yeah, this is how he did his first review. I mean, in a sense, it was the same vein as his bum reviews, but overall, yeah. That is kind of how the first review was.
Get laid, and so he buys this car. And it's like the coolest car in the world. It like knows how to pick up chicks. How can a car know how to pick up chicks? So he's driving around, and he picks up this hot chick and stuff. The car's doing like all the work. I don't know how it does it. And then there's this lame line, you know, there's more to you than meets the eye, and everyone, oh, you know, okay. But then the car is like, wow, and it's a transformer too. And he's sending out a signal from his stomach, like the bat signal. I don't know what that's about. And then there's this little robot that kind of sounds like a gremlin. And it's just like, die, bitch. And then these asteroids are like, boom, boom, boom. And the kid's like, 50 years from now, you may look back and you wish you got in that car. It's like, oh, you know. And then a truck comes in, and it's Optimus Prime. Holy fuck, Optimus Prime is in this
Oh my
god. Like, wow, and it's Optimus Prime. God.
There is a lot of energy. Like, there is a lot of energy to this.
Damn, and he's got the same voice and everything. He's huge. He's like gigantic. And the good guys are the Autobots, and they kick ass. And one of them's a Hummer. I'm totally buying a Hummer today. And then there's the Decepticon.
I'm totally buying a Hummer.
You got like an airplane, you got like a police car. I always knew police were evil. I knew it. I had
Oh my gosh.
like, we gotta stop Megatron. And Megatron is like fucking huge. He's like this huge, big. And there's a huge battle in the city, and you just wouldn't believe it. Everything's there.
Okay.
And like, and then they're like, protect the cube. And the girl's like, whatever happens today, I'm glad I stepped in that car. And everyone's like, and then they're like, it's just you and me, Megatron. Bitch.
I think in current day, like, you look at this and be like, I think for a lot of people, they'll just be like, what the fuck is he talking about? Oh my gosh. This is gold.
And then it's like, if any Autobots are listening, there is more than meets the eye. And then it was like the end, and everyone's like, whoa, yeah.
Okay.
So it was good.
I mean, that's kind of fair. I mean, in that situation where you basically just kind of acted hyperactive to describe a movie and then just going all out. I mean, yeah, that I could totally see that happening. Oh, good lord. All right, the next one is the Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue review. Okay.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. You know, I was walking down the aisles of the video store the other day and I noticed something I haven't seen in years. Cartoon All-Stars to the rescue. Immediately.
Can I just say, I've only seen that movie once. Like, I'm like, no joke, I've only seen that film once in my lifetime. And I know, like, as far as I can remember, that movie was more of a PSA for, you know, no smoking for kids. And it was done in a clever way. Like, I want to say almost clever way, where they would utilize different characters from different franchises in order to, you know, try to elicit a response for the dangers of using cigarettes. So, anyway, especially for kids.
Immediately, a pool of disappointing memories came flooding back to me, and I just knew I had to see this piece of shit again.
Oh my
For
god.
those of you who don't remember this special, I'll give you the skinny.
Yeah.
In the early 90s, ABC said they were going to do a half-hour special featuring kids' favorite cartoons. You name it. DuckTales, Chipmunks, Looney Tunes, Ninja Turtles, the works. When you're a kid, this is the equivalent of like Elvis meets the Beatles. I mean, the world could just explode right there. So for weeks, we've been waiting in anticipation, and finally the big day came. It was Saturday morning. All the kids are up, and we're hyped as hell. And who do they get to start off this groundbreaking event?
Who?
None other than the goddamn President of the United States himself.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, George Bush is starting this thing off! Oh my god, George Bush is starting this thing off. That can't be good. He goes on and on about how listening to your parents is important and about how to maintain the American family. But when you're a kid, hyped up as hell, all you can hear is blah, 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 I'm an old person, blah, 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 I'm keeping you from your cartoons, blah, blah, blah. So after he's done blabbing, the show finally begins, and it's just like the commercials say. Everybody's there. The Smurfs, Ghostbusters, Garfield, Alf, for some reason. I don't know, maybe he's stuck in the back, I don't know.
Yeah, why did they add Alf? He wasn't a cartoon. That doesn't make any sense.
But bottom line, everybody's there. It's unbelievable. It's a dream come true. So, now that all our favorite cartoon characters are together in one spot, what are they gonna talk about?
Marijuana.
Oh.
Scoozy?
Marijuana.
Oh, it was about marijuana, not... okay, so, I mean, ultimately it was a drug PSA. Okay.
Did Simon the Chipmunks just say marijuana? What possessed Simon the Chipmunks to say marijuana? No. This has got to be some kind of mistake. It can't be the same marijuana we're thinking of.
An unlawful substance used to experience artificial highs.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep. Oh. PSAs were crazy back then. Using just about anything to, keep people from, or at least keep kids from doing drugs. I just realized they do less and less of they've been doing less and less of those every year now. But good lord. Then again, like, a lot of old PSAs are scary. All I'm going to say is fuck you, Canada, for a lot of your nightmare fuel.
Well, why is Simon the Chipmunks talking about marijuana?
Yeah.
What kind of slap in the face is that? I mean, Simon shouldn't know what marijuana is. Simon is one of the embodiments of childhood. He's from Aden the Chipmunks, for crying out loud. Jesus, I feel so dirty.
I'll be honest. Like, let's be honest here. Like, no joke. If, what's the character's name? Dave? That has to house the chipmunks. I mean, on the day-to-day, he's basically being the father figure for a bunch of, like, anthropomorphic chipmunks. I'm pretty sure he'd be rolling up a doobie with everything that's been going on.
Dirty! Simon the Chipmunks just said marijuana! Is there any other American icon that can smash the foundations of my childhood any quicker?
Okay.
What's this? A joint?
Why does Bugs Bunny know what a joint is?
Dude, I'll be honest. I mean, yeah, it's a cartoon. They're talking about drugs, but let's be honest here. Bugs Bunny would definitely know what a joint is. Come on.
Bugs Bunny shouldn't know what a joint is. If Bugs Bunny knows what a joint is, that means he knows what drugs are. If Bugs Bunny knows what drugs are, that means the rest of the Looney Tunes know what drugs are. And if the rest of the Looney Tunes know what drugs are, well, that just explains so goddamn much!
Yeah. It does.
So, if you haven't put it together yet, all our favorite cartoon characters that we grew up with are coming together to talk to us about
Drugs.
Yeah. This is going to be a long half hour. So it turns out the special's not even about the cartoon characters, it's about a little twerp named Michael who has a stinking drug problem. He sinks to a new low when he steals his sister Corey's piggy bank. He uses it to get more drugs, which he hides in a box that he keeps under his bed. And what exactly does he keep in that box? A silly putty egg, 4 turds, and 2 cinnamon buns glued together. Because hey, he was high, and he thought it was a good idea at the time. Corey thinks about telling her father, but he's too busy being an alcoholic, and gay, and the brawny man. To make matters worse, Michael is followed around by this obnoxious puff of smoke voiced by George C. Scott.
Hey, he needed me. All his cares went...
Okay,
No.
that was lame, but I like his
Yeah.
next speech a whole lot better.
This individuality stuff is a bunch of crap. The bilious bastards who wrote that stuff about individuality don't know anything more about real battle than they do about fornicating.
Now that's a puff of smoke I can follow.
Bizarre.
But tell me, where did this slippery slope of marijuana abuse begin? Well, luckily, Bugs Bunny has a time machine that's able to show us.
I borrowed it from some coyote.
We find out that Michael just wanted to fit in, and that's why he started smoking marijuana in the first place. And once you listen to how he talks, can you really blame him?
You guys cruising for lung cancer or what?
Somebody give that kid a joint. After that,
Oh,
we get some
no.
more narc speeches from the Ninja Turtles, DuckTales, and the Muppet Babies. Because when I think drug abuse, I think Muppet Babies. Now, after some long-winded speeches, the characters get together and they do the most logical thing they can think of. They have an intervention
Okay.
with an Alan Menken song.
Oh my god.
Guess I'm allergic.
Good excuse is something you never outgrow.
Oh my god. He's like, he's like, I can't take this anymore.
If you survived your suicide attempt, the special ends pretty much as you would imagine it. Michael gets off the drugs, he makes up with his sister, the puff of smoke disappears, and his attentive parents are none the wiser. So, what kind of message are kids supposed to get from this special? That if they smoke weed, all their favorite cartoon characters will appear? Yeah, that's a top-notch moral right there.
Yeah.
And if you don't get off the drugs, these suckers get violent. In fact, I was shocked at how cruel some of these cartoon characters really are. I mean, look at this. They lock people in burning buildings, run them over with a roller coaster, blow them up, drown them. Even Winnie the Pooh gets his ass handed to him.
Oh jeez.
Jesus, these suckers are mean. Another problem I have with this special is that everybody cries at the drop of a hat. Watch.
Yeah.
You see?
Huh.
So, okay, what exactly are these cartoon characters trying to tell us?
There's nothing cool about a fool on drugs.
Fair enough, I guess. So the next time the...
What's up, Doc, is your life, if you don't cut it out.
Okay.
You're excellent just the way you are.
Got it.
We don't always
Okay.
see things the way they are.
Okay.
Just believe in yourself.
Well,
Okay.
Care about you.
well, maybe...
Everyone's got problems, kid.
Yeah,
Why don't you
Okay.
just say no?
got it.
You gotta believe in yourself.
Will you shut up?
Listen to us.
Yeah, I heard you.
You use, you lose.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say it is interesting. You know, in terms of like real. I mean, I myself, I mean, because I work in the field, and studied the field. I understand, you know, to an extent, the importance of not being on drugs. But I will say, like, especially with I want to say, if I could speak my mind, with past PSAs trying to, I want to say, dissuade people from using drugs, I do feel that with a lot of them, they did seem kind of forceful. I mean, for those that are on drugs already, the worst thing you want to do is to try and be aggressive about it. Be kind, be caring. That's one of the one of the few things that many things that substance use disorder professionals are told. Especially when you're trying to kind of create a bridge between you and your client. So that way you can start easing them into the idea of getting away from drugs. This, I will say, as interesting as it is as a concept, it does seem, or it did seem kind of forceful, in terms of how, or actually, if anything, it's kind of aggressive in terms of its message. So, all in all, I mean, as I would say, coming from a good place, I want to say, the setup, the overall, like, idea, or there's a word I'm thinking of, just the final product did not go it the right way.
Hey, God! You know, I thought this would be really cool, but you know what? This really blows. All my cartoon characters are fucking narcs. I mean, for crying out loud, how many times do you have to hammer this shit in?
If everyone was jumping off a cliff, would you go too?
Maybe after seeing this shit. I mean, for crying out loud, do you know what the irony is? I think that most of these cartoon characters were on drugs long before this special ever came out. I mean, look at it.
No.
Garfield's always hungry, Pooh's happy as hell, Daffy's hyped up on speed, and Michelangelo, well, listen to him.
Your brain must be, like, really messed up.
I even think our beloved president smoked a doobie before he came out. I mean, look
Oh
at
my
him.
God.
He's looking at Barbara's head like it's a giant cheeseburger. Maybe I'm being too harsh on this special. After all, they are trying to get across a very moral lesson.
Yep.
Drugs aren't your pal. They're your enemy.
A very sound point. Any objections?
I make him feel good.
He's got me there.
No. Oh my God, no. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that one, but either way, I'll say, like, again, very interesting, like, interesting way to try to tell kids not to do drugs, but the final product did not give the impact that it probably should have. So, anyway, let's go on to the next one, which is the Cloverfield trailer reaction from the Nostalgia Critic.
Marijuana.
Marijuana. Okay.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to.
Okay.
Now, usually on the show I talk about things you might have seen growing up, old TV shows, movies, stuff like that, but today I'm making a special exception so I can talk to you about the trailer that premiered right before the Transformer movie. You know what I'm talking about. And for those of you who don't, I'll give you this giddy. Alright.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. So Cloverfield, I want just to give my thoughts on it. I will say, the movie itself was interesting, and apparently, when they were making the film, they were very, very, very hush hush about, especially with some of the cast, very hush hush about what exactly they were doing. Until finally, like, it gets to the point where when they're recording or doing their scenes, they come to find out, oh wait, no, there's some giant monster in it. So, I would say, like, with Cloverfield, when it was being made, it was very obscure about, you know, everything. And trying to be as secretive as possible till its release.
Alright, so it starts off with a handheld video camera shooting a going-away party for a guy named Rob.
Okay.
For the most part, it's just people joking, drinking, talking, and saying how much they're gonna miss Rob after he leaves the city. I don't know who Rob is, but I'm missing him already. When suddenly, the power goes out, and a loud explosion is heard inside. The people start screaming and running downstairs as the camera goes a little Blair Witch on us.
Yeah.
As everybody exits outside, they hear a thunderous roaring sound. A thunderous roaring sound? What could that be? Oh, it's a building blowing up. Dude, it's a building blowing up! Holy shit! As the building blows up in the smithereens, bits of rubble and fiery death are smashing down on the onlookers. Within seconds, everything's being thrown at them. A car, house, other bits of rubble, a cow, okay, maybe not a cow, but a lot of stuff. And last but not fucking least, the head of the goddamn Statue of Liberty. Good God, I
Oh my
just
God.
pissed myself. That is the scariest thing I've ever ever seen in my entire life. I mean, it was terrifying, it was incredible, it was suspenseful, I mean, oh my god, you just wouldn't believe it. What could this horrible creation of Beelzebub be? J.J. Abrams, he may be a monster, he's not that big. Okay, we know when our lives are going to come to an end, but what is it that's going to kill us? Oh, come on, there's got to be more than that, isn't there? Isn't there?
Nope, they don't even show the monster. That was another thing, too. Is for the trailer, like the earlier trailers, they never show you the monster. Again, they kept it very hush-hush.
Oh, fuck you! Hey! Did you forget something? The title? You forgot the title of your movie! How can you forget the title of your movie? What kind of a ripoff is that? You build us up, you scare the shit out of us, and then you don't even tell us what we're supposed to be afraid of? That's bullshit! I mean, what could it be? What on earth could that giant thing that blows up buildings and throws the head of the Statue of Liberty everywhere be? Is it a demon? Is it a machine? Is it Donkey Kong? My money's on Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I mean, another thing, too, is they don't have a clear idea of what the monster is either. Some people have, like, basically scanned through that movie, and a lot of people assume that it came from, like, outer space or something. Like, it was falling from space and into the ocean. But other people assume that maybe it was, you know, something from underwater. But again, we don't know, because with how obscure the movie is, and you never really know the origin of the monster.
After he gets drunk on all those barrels of beer, he rampages through the city, seeking out all the Italian plumbers. Or, you know, it is J.J. Abrams. Maybe it's the Black Smoke from Lost. He got off the island and now he's looking for a nice industrial plant to call home.
Oh my god.
No. I bet it's J.J. Abrams' production logo, the Bad Robot. He goes stomping through the city looking for the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Because there's only room for one giant homicidal corporate logo in this town. Maybe it's not a monster at all. Maybe it's Jesus. Maybe he just wanted to give the Bible a twist ending and decides to rampage through the city. Maybe it's all
Good
four
Lord.
of them. Maybe it's a giant robotic Donkey Kong Jesus riding a puff of smoke. Holy shit, that'd be really cool. But highly improbable. Now, good luck finding information about this movie, because it's actually a lot harder than it sounds. Many people think the name of the movie is Cloverfield, but that's not actually true. Cloverfield is the fake title they came up with so that nobody can get an idea about what this thing really is. Which I feel is kind of bad advertising. How can I, say, see the film, purchase a ticket, go into a theater, and watch this motion picture experience if I don't even know what it's fucking called! My prediction of what that monster is that it's J.J. Abrams' gigantic ego terrorizing the city with his pretentious advertising. Will it consume this nation? Only time will tell, my friend. Only time will tell. I'm a nostalgia critic. I remember it, so you don't have to.
Good lord.
It had better be Donkey Kong.
It better be Donkey Kong. It's not. In fact, I believe they call it just the Cloverfield monster. But anyway, that was... I will say, it's been kind of interesting looking back at some of his older content. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I'm trying to think of how the best possible way to do it, because I know a lot of his videos are short. So anyway, for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care, and I'll see you guys next video.